Hey folks, I am back no less than 48 hours after riding the 1280 into Union Station, and no less than 2 weeks, or no more than 2 weeks, after taking the ride on Free Ride Weekend. I'm back on the 1280 tonight. We're gonna ride right through the heart of rush hour, but this time I have company.
Yep, Chicago, Rock Island, Pacific Fan 4506.
And
BNSF Fan 7695.
Yes, and of course, I am Train and Hawks Fan 17. I'm thrilled to be back. I can hear the 2-minute warning going off in the background right now, letting us know the stops we're making. Once again, this is express from Downers Grove Main Street into Union Station. We'll make the stops before that.
I'm not gonna try and talk as much on this one like I did on 1326.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same narration because most of my fans, most of you guys that watch my videos, I get more than just rail fans watching that don't know everything about it, and I'm certainly glad to explain it all to you. So we'll be leaving in just a minute.
I'll be giving commentary.
All right, doors are all closed. He's ringing the bell. Here we go. We got a guy working in the yard there, so we might get a little horn action as we leave. Once again, this is the end of the line of Aurora, the home of BNSF Fan 7695, and yours truly.
That's correct.
It's a wonderful town here in Aurora.
Oh, it is a nice town.
Yeah, I like it.
Second largest city in the state.
That's right. It ranks second behind Chicago is on the population list. To the left is an empty Hill Yard. Right now, that's where they normally park the Metras at night, but there's no Metras in there due to the time of day.
Not yet, at least. And here we go.
Yeah, that bridge up there is High Street, and I've been up on that bridge before, and let me tell you this, folks, when they say it's High Street, they ain't kidding.
Nope, it's named that for a reason.
Yep. They ain't kidding. Let me make sure that's zoomed out all the way up. All right, advance apology for any shaking of the camera or tilting of the camera. This is kind of a bumpy track, and I am sharing the window tonight with
Chicago, Rock Island, Pacific Fan 4506.
That's right. Please make sure you subscribe to him, BNSF Fan 7695, and of course, Train and Hawks Fan 17. I'm back, folks, and I'm glad to be back. I believe this is Wood Street right here, and the next bridge up is Ohio Street.
Yes, I would think.
Yeah. So this is kind of the siding here that brings you down to the Aurora station. To the right is the main line, and we've got a couple of intermodals that are holding, and they're probably not going to be released for a while because Metra kind of needs all 3 tracks on that line right now. That's because this is rush hour, folks. And just like on Wednesday night when I took this trip, there's likely, we're going to see at least 10 trains coming out. It's probably more like 12 to 15. And the power on that intermodal closest to us looks like a nice slash up. We got a 70 Mac. Or is that a 75? I don't know.
That's a 70 Mac.
70 Mac, and then we got an ace leader, so I like that.
It's a trail though.
No, not. Well, at least it's an EMD leader. We can't complain about that. Yeah, not with BNSF, at least.
That's BNSF 9026.
Hey, there you go. All right, now we're going to switch on to the main line, and that bridge right there would be Farnsworth Avenue. And when we go in, once we join the main line, we will be at West Eola, the Eola Yard. Eola is an acronym for End of Line Aurora. That's where the electric car line used to end back in the day.
And it is now a small town.
It is a little township here in Aurora.
Very small.
End of the line Aurora.
And here comes
that's Eola. Here comes our first of many Metra sightings for the night. I'll tell you this, we are riding Metra's busiest line by far, and part of the reason it's busy is because it goes through two of the most populated cities in Illinois. Well, 3 if you count Chicago. Goes through Aurora and Naperville, and most of the commuters, as you might imagine, come from the Aurora and Naperville area. All right, here comes our first outbound sighting. That's number 183. The engine on our train is 186. Village of Streamwood. This is a 6-car set. Our cab card number tonight is 8429. This is Eola Yard we're going by. I see Cascade Green to the left. I'm not going to try and zoom in because it's barely visible, but I do see it. So you just have to take my word for it.
That's 40-2.
Yep. All right, we got a yellow over yellow ahead. We're probably going to switch over to main 2. There's 3 tracks on this line. For those of you watching the video wondering, when he says out numbers, what does he mean? Track 1 is the one on the far left, the one we're on right now.
Oh, hey.
Track 2 is in the middle, and track 3 is on the far right.
Yeah, there's a bluebird.
There you go.
Even the blue bonnet.
This is the BNSF Chicago subdivision. The nickname of this line is the racetrack. And as we head toward downtown, you're going to see exactly why this line is called the racetrack. I'm thrilled to be taking this ride again. Took it on Wednesday night by myself, and tonight I have company on. I'm glad they were able to join me, because I'll tell you, it's really fun. All right, we're coming toward the end of Eola Yard now, and it looks like we are going to start switching over. They usually run right-handed main on the operation on this line, which means you'll operate on the farthest right track as you're running. On the UP, on the Old Northwestern, it's left-handed operation. They're running on the left, but this line, it's the right, so we'll likely switch all the way over before we get to our first stop at Route 59. But we're definitely going to start by at least going to main 2 at the next set of switches here. I can see it's lined to do that. And that bridge up ahead is Eola Road. And we are going to switch all the way over to main 3 at this time. Track on the far right. We're going to switch again right here and go under Eola Road. All right, now we're coming up to another overpass. That's a train line. That's the J, the CN, Canadian National Leithton Subdivision, the former Elgin, Joliet, and Eastern Route. And I will still call it the J to this day because it's the J holds a special place in my heart, as well as most of the other rail fans in this area. Now, since the CN took over in 2009, hard to believe that was 10 years ago now.
10 years ago.
That they took over. Traffic, they expanded the amount of traffic that ran this line so much that they had to put in a second track here. There are 2 tracks that go over this bridge now. There used to be just one. And on the original bridge, there's a couple of J's, one on each side. You probably won't see it, but I can see it if I look up right there. That was the J. All right, now we're going to come around a curve to the right here, and when we get past that curve, we will come into our first station stop at Route 59. Now, I mentioned this before in my previous videos, but I'm going to mention it again because it is important. At most Metra stations, the parking lots are owned by the same entity, usually like the city or town that it's in. Here at Route 59, the 2 parking lots at each side of the tracks are owned by separate entities. The one on the north side of the tracks, opposite the station, to the left as you're watching the video, that is owned by the city of Naperville. The one on the right, station side, south side of the tracks, that is owned by the city of Aurora. So please make sure you park, or you pay on the side that you park on when you come to Route 59, because I do know people who have paid on the wrong side, and yes, folks, they have gotten ticketed for it. So please, be sure you pay on the side you park on here at Route 59. All right, we are pulling to the station now. To the left is the local Illinois Air Team Admissions Test Station, where I will likely have to visit this year because it's been a couple of years since my cars had been tested. And that usually doesn't go well for my car, so we'll see how that goes this year. But anyways, here we come to Route 59. You can see the 2 huge parking lots, Naperville on the left, Aurora on the right. And I believe this is Metra's busiest outlying station outside of Chicago. So that just gives you the idea, because it's right on the border of Aurora and Naperville, which rank in the top 10 is on the most populated cities in Illinois.
Got another guy filming in the front.
Yeah, there is another guy filming. Hello to him. If he's another rail fan, greetings to him. Now, one thing I've noticed here at Route 59.
Others are at
One thing I've noticed in Route 59 during the morning rush hours, the passengers will tend to cluster in areas where they know the doors are going to stop, and you know, they'll kind of because they get right on the train, streamline the boarding process. But yeah. But anyways, while we have a moment at Route 59, point out, it's kind of interesting. I'm going to show right now. I'm going to kind of back up the camera and show you. We are actually inside the train car. We're not in any special area. See, look, there's seats right there.
Yeah,
we're not. I don't want to turn around because I don't want to get anybody's face on camera that doesn't want to be online. Okay, I hear the doors closing, so we are going to get going in just a minute here. But the other thing is, when you're watching, you can see everybody standing on the platform, and then they're all looking at you. But that's kind of a, a natural habit. It's not something that's taught to you, but you just watch the train as it comes into the station. So, but it's a safety thing, sure, because you got to know where it's at, because it's dangerous to be around. But you just nobody kind of looks down. They're all just watching at you. Some people will put their phones away. They just watch you come in. It's kind of interesting to see.
And we just went under Route 59.
And that was Illinois Route 59 that we just went over. Illinois Route 59, for which that last station is named for.
Very busy road. Also.
Yes, it is a very busy road.
I don't like it.
Yeah, no, they're very congested, especially this time of day. We're going to go over a lot of roads that are likely very backed up at this time, because it's about 5 o'clock on a Friday evening, Friday, March 1st, 2019. Happy March, everybody. Warm weather is right around the corner.
Kind of.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll see.
Hey, the groundhog didn't see his shadow, so we should be getting an early spring.
True. That is true.
At least Punxsutawney didn't.
Nope. Well, we'll see about the one at Woodstock.
I have no idea about Woodstock, Willie. Anyways, we are coming into the town of Naperville right now. Naperville is one of my favorite spots to rail fan. This is where I saw that Santa train that I've told in previous stories that I had no idea was coming. And this is the station that's haunted from the people that were unfortunately killed in that wreck back in 1946. And the warehouse across the street is also haunted too. But anyways, I see another headlight. That's probably another Metra.
You know that we are also on the approach of that date of the incident.
What
happened in April.
Did it? Oh yeah, it did happen in April. I think it was April 2nd. Okay, this is Ogden Avenue, Route 34 we're going to... By the way, this is the BNSF racetrack. This roughly follows the route of, and plays a cat and mouse game kind of with Ogden Avenue, US Route 34. Ogden Avenue kind of follows the same route as this line. And we're going to go over it several times. But meanwhile, this grade crossing here is River Road. This is milepost 30, by the way. If you're looking at the mile markers and you're wondering what those mean, that means we're 30 miles outside of Chicago, which is milepost 0. Kind of like the mile markers on the highway. They call them out as they go by. This is the west branch of the DuPage River we're going over right now. DuPage River. And I can definitely tell that is another Metra, our second of the day, as we come to Naperville here.
And he dims his headlight.
Yep, he dims his... You're going to notice that these outbounds dim their headlights. That's a courtesy to the other engineer. If you're on like a darker country road at night and you're using your high beam headlights, but you see another driver coming, you dim your headlights so it doesn't blind them. Same idea with the trains here.
And this is a regular, non-rebuilt engine.
That's an old one, yeah. All right, we're going to go over a couple of roads. The first one is Mill Street. The second one is Washington Street. That was Mill. We've got a green signal. That's a clear. We're clear to go as fast as we're allowed to on this track. And the number of that Metra would be 213. That was the Santa train engine here at Naperville. So how about that? I got a picture of it right over there. Right on this, it was on this track because it was heading inbound at the time. All right, here we come to Naperville. This depot dates back to the original owners of this line, the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy. Between the CB&Q and the current owner, BNSF, the owner was Burlington Northern. And I told you about that wreck. To the right there is a memorial for that wreck, right there. While we have a moment in Naperville,
Real quick. I got you.
I'd like to give a shout out to all the moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas who support our hobby and take everybody out to see the trains. Even if we don't tell you at the time, we definitely do appreciate it because may not get the whole idea of the trains, but definitely understand the it makes us happy, and we definitely all appreciate that, especially my mom and dad and my grandma. Certainly have supported my hobby over the years, and even though they don't get into trains as much as I do, they understand that I am. So that's thanks everyone. Thanks for that. All right. I just heard the door closing announcement. Come on back up.
Oh yeah, hurry.
You better hurry. Yep.
Can you put my phone back in?
Yes, I got you.
Here we go.
I'm here.
All right, you better hit the button. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, now we're leaving Naperville now. That's the warehouse to the left. That is also haunted. That's where they brought the injured in that wreck. All right, next set of streets right here. Yeah, the next set of streets right here. The grade crossing that's up ahead. You see the lights are activating now. That is Loomis Street. The overpass ahead, that is Columbia Street. So this is Loomis Street right here. All right, we are going by the control point of East Naperville. Now they've got the control points listed on the signal bridges on this line. This overpass, like I said, is Columbia Street. We're 28 miles to the city. There's the milepost 28 right there. All right, now we're going to curve to the left, and then shortly after we're going to curve to the right. They call that an S-curve on the railroad.
Although it's not a full S-curve.
It's not like a full, like, back and forth. It just goes up and then over again. So, but they still call that an S-curve. It's a nice sunny day, and the temperature's a little bit warmer than it has been the past couple of weeks.
Currently,
on Wednesday when I took this ride, there was more of a cloud cover, and it was very, very cold. And on these older cab cars, this is one of the older cab cars. We got another Metra, number 3. That's a center one. That is a rebuild.
yes, it is.
And the number on that one will be 188. 188. All right. The next town we're going to be coming into is Lisle, home of the Morton Arboretum.
And their garden scale Christmas train display.
Oh yeah.
God.
All right, I got a few of the street names wrong last time. This road we're about to go over right now, this is Naper Boulevard. Naper Boulevard. We've got a green signal on our track. We're clear to go. The others have yellows. Approach. Proceed at limited speed. And be ready to stop at the next signal down. All right, now we're going to take our curve to the right, and after that we'll be coming into the town of Lisle. Maximum speed for passenger trains on this line is 70 miles an hour, and I just smell a skunk. Yeah, there's a skunk on the track, yeah. Yep. So your maximum speed for passenger is 70, maximum for freight, I believe, is 45. This overpass up ahead is Yackley Avenue. I said it was Route 53 in my last video. It is not. It is Yackley Avenue.
53 should be further ahead.
Route 53 is closer to the station, and it goes under the tracks, not over. And we're likely going to do the full 70 as we express from Downers Grove to Union Station. And that's fun, folks. I certainly do like it. Now, I'm standing where I'm at. I'm not sitting, so my body might not like it as my spirit does, but I don't care. I'm happy.
Well, I'm feeling more of the shake back here.
Yeah, no, this is, the only thing holding these tracks together are duct tape, copper wire, maybe a little super glue here and there.
More or less.
Well, I know they maintain the tracks pretty well. This is the east branch of the DuPage River here. They maintain these tracks as much as they can, but they're so heavily used that they wear down faster.
Good old
And this underpass right here, this is Illinois Route 53. That's Route 53 right there. And the next one up is Main Street of Lisle, and immediately after that is the Lisle Station.
These roads here also need attention, as the tracks do also.
Yeah, well, they do what they can to maintain the track. I mean, I know that, but they, they get so limited windows to do it because they're so heavily used. I mean, there's 75 plus freights a day. There's 8 Amtraks, 100 Metras. You see over 200 trains on a weekday. So that's a lot. So for the rail fans out there, if you like quantity, this line is for you. Like I said, nice coincidence about Lisle is my favorite teacher from Waubonsie and favorite teacher from my current school of Aurora University are from Lisle. So again, shout out to them. Thanks for all the terrific work you do in preparing our students for our college students for the future.
Like me.
And me.
The other school.
Yep. All right. These station stops won't take as long because there's not as many people getting on this train as I've seen on other expresses. And these other expresses on like the 1326 on Saturdays and the morning ones, they are packed to capacity. And the train we'll be taking home will likely be at capacity as well. All right, here we go out of Lisle. Now, for some of you rail fans that know some of the rules of the railroads, this entire line is a quiet zone, no horn zone. They do not have to do the long, long, short, long pattern on the horns on any crossing on this line.
Unless it's an emergency. Unless
there's an emergency or they're meeting another train, but they don't have to do that. Now, I can't rule out you'll hear the whistle if there's maintenance of way out there or some ill-advised persons on the tracks. He'll have to blow the whistle.
Occasionally friendly crews also, I guess.
Yep.
But all
right, if you're wondering what that flashing yellow in the middle track means, that means get ready to stop 2 signals down from now.
However, we have a green.
We've got a green on our track, and we are clear to proceed to our next station stop, which is within the town of Downers Grove, which we'll come into after we go underneath that bridge up ahead. That is Interstate 355. Again, apology if the video is shaky or tilted. I'm in kind of tight quarters here, so and unlike the other night, I'm sharing the window tonight, so and I'm happy to do it. I'm certainly happy to share the ride, but that could lead to a little bit more unwanted camera movements. So, all right, we have got a flashing yellow on our track, but I had a flashing yellow when I rode this train 2 nights ago. So. And we never stopped, so that's...
We may switch over, too.
No, we are not going to switch over. We did not switch over, because, hey, they got to run the outbound expresses on that middle track.
That's true.
That's like the reversible lanes on the Kennedy right there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
All right.
Jeez.
We're coming into Belmont Avenue. We're in the town of Downers Grove now. Downers Grove has 3 stops on this line.
And we have another train on the approach.
Yes, that's another train. And he dimmed our lights for us. So the 3 stops in Downers Grove. We're coming to the first one now. This is Belmont. It's for Belmont Road, which goes under the track. So up ahead. It used to be a grade crossing when I first started, but it's a underpass now.
It's got so busy.
Yeah, now it has grown a lot here. So this is the first one, Belmont. The second one will be Main Street, and that's the last stop we will make before we express into Union Station in Chicago.
This Metra engine is
This is 198 coming at us right now. 198. And that is a 6-car set, so that was likely a local that made all the stops. And a word of advice for anybody who likes to ride this line: if you're coming from the Aurora and Naperville area, you can catch an express into the city, you'd be wise to do so. You're going to see a lot of station stops we pass all the way. They don't make all of them during the weekends or off-peak service, but they make enough that it definitely slows you down. These express rides, they go by real fast, so they're good. They're good if you can catch them. All right, now we're going to continue to go through Downers Grove. and come to our next stop, our last stop before downtown, Downers Grove, Main Street. There was a wreck here at Main Street with the train set that was is now the Nebraska Zephyr at the Illinois Railway Museum. Is this very depot, that very train set, and I saw it there a couple years ago. Hit a tractor in the wreck back in the 40s. There was a tractor sitting by the tracks that day. That was quite a creepy coincidence there.
Over at that time, that set was the Twin Cities Zephyr.
Yes, it was the Twin Cities Zephyr. It went by the site where my house currently stands right now. Of course, my house wasn't even a thought back then. Nope. So
it was farmland.
And neither was I. I didn't come along until 1996.
Nope.
That was the year the Burlington Northern and Atchison, Topeka, Santa Fe railroads merged together to become the Burlington Northern Santa Fe. That's Gilbert Avenue to your right.
Don't try thinking about pacing these things. You
Yes.
get caught by cops.
Yes, you will. And I have got to remember to switch my battery because my battery, when we get to Main Street, so there's going to be a slight pause in the video. There will also be a slight glitch in the video during the express part, and I apologize for that because my camera only records in 20-minute segments. And I'm going to control kind of where that is so I'm not giving out information that I want you to hear when we're expressing there. All right, here we come to Downers Grove.
So we should have some other.
And according to my friends that are with me tonight, there are rail fans here in Downers Grove.
Yeah, Jacob and I think a few other guys.
So let's all give them a wave as we go by. If they're, I don't know who they all are, but if we find them out, I'll throw links to their channels in the description. Please give them a subscription as well as us.
Yep.
All right, this is the actual Main Street that we're going over now, and
Give them like a skip under mark.
let's see. I'm looking for tripods. I don't see them.
They may be on the other end.
Let's see
I
here.
don't see them.
I don't see them either. Huh.
They left.
I hope they did, or maybe they went to Fairview End because they want to get us expressing.
Maybe they're Fairview.
Oh, there's Branson over there.
Oh.
Where? I don't see him.
He's on the left by the
On the left.
The gate and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see him.
Let's give him a wave there. All right. Hello.
If he sees us.
Okay. There's going to be a slight pause in the video here. I apologize.
Change the battery.
All right, we are on our way out of Downers Grove. Here we go. This is the express part, and this is the fun part.
There he is.
All right. We have another rail fan there. We'll give him a wave as we go by. And the next stop is Downers Grove Main Street.
Passengers, please have your tickets ready in your mobile app as the conductor will provide your tickets.
All right, give me my ticket, please.
It's still here.
You what?
Yeah, they're here.
Yeah, get the tickets. Have them in your hand. The conductor's coming.
Yeah, I'll grab them.
Okay. Make sure he knows that one of them's mine, okay?
Yeah, he's not here.
All right, we are coming through Downers Grove right now.
Mine. And this one's his.
Yeah, that's mine, too. All right. All right, this crossing here is Maple Avenue. The conductor's in the car getting tickets right now, so sorry for the... All right. All right, that was Maple Avenue, and this crossing here is Fairview Avenue, and after that we will come into the Fairview Avenue station. Like I said, no more stops until downtown Chicago's Union Station. So, but I'll call out the stops as we go by. Here comes the, here we come into Fairview Avenue, and the engine there is 112 Morgan Park. I smell something. It smells like something cooking.
However, in
nearby.
Fairview Avenue, there's also been an incident there too, in '91.
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw that incident on
Yeah,
YouTube.
that was
That's
fun. That was
viewer
not
discretion advised on that video, folks. You can find it on YouTube, but definitely viewer discretion advised on that one. All right, the next town we're coming into is Westmont. And that is a popular spot amongst rail fans because I guess it has very good lighting for night photography.
It does.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yes,
Very
it does.
good
All right, well, we'll have to rail fan Westmont sometime at night when the weather's a little warmer.
Probably in May.
There we go. Yeah, there you go. All right, we are coming into Westmont now. And we're going to have another Metra. What is this, number 5 already?
Something like that.
I think it's number 6 actually, because we passed one and oh, don't know, it's 5.
And this is 114.
All right, 114. Village of Tinley Park, home of yours truly, hometown of yours truly. That last crossing there was Cass Avenue. Yeah, Tinley Park is where I was born and raised, so that's a special one to me. All right, now we're going to come around the curve, and once we get past that curve, we're not going to have another curve until we get near Cicero Yard. So when we come around that curve, we are going to see many headlights, because this is rush hour.
Very.
For those of you skipping around the video just to see where we're at, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Training Hawks Fan. I'm with Chicago Rock Island Pacific Fan 4506 and BNSF Fan 7695. All right, we're taking the curve to the left now. And once we get around that curve, we will be at the Clarendon Hills station. Clarendon Hills is served by all weekend and off-peak locals. And I see at least 2 headlights down there. There's more, but there's hills in the way that'll block the view of them at this time. All right, this... I don't know all the names of the streets here. I don't know that one, but this is the Clarendon Hills Station, Clarendon Hills. And that overpass up ahead is Illinois Route 83, Kingery Highway.
It's also
And
very busy.
that is a very busy road, and just underneath that bridge is the West Hinsdale Station. We'll be coming into the town of Hinsdale next. Hinsdale has 3 stops. Only one of them is made by outside of rush hour. This is West Hinsdale. No weekend service at West Hinsdale. Very limited weekday service, so please check the schedule before you go if you're using West Hinsdale. Now we're within the town of Hinsdale. Very nice community here. They got a lot of money here.
Yes, they do. They have a nice downtown as well.
Yes, they do have a very nice downtown in West Hinsdale, or in Hinsdale. All right, now we're going to come by the main Hinsdale station next. That's just up ahead here. We've got, I believe that's Burlington Avenue to the right.
I would think.
There's a Burlington Avenue that parallels the track very, and maybe to the left too, that
Mainly on the right.
goes along the tracks almost the whole way as a nod to the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy, the original line's owner. All right, this is the Hinsdale station now. We're coming through the downtown service, or downtown area of Hinsdale. And as you can see, they got roads on both sides. Very good for rail fans who want to get different shot angles and get some different angles for your shots. All right, the next bridge up ahead, that's Oak Avenue. That was recently replaced. That bridge used to be 1 lane, controlled by a stoplight. It's been replaced by a more modern bridge that doesn't need a stoplight because it's 2 lanes. All right, next station we're coming into right now is Highlands. There is no weekend service, there's no weekend service here at Highlands. Very limited off-peak service, so check the schedule before you go at Highlands. Just to the left of Hinsdale, just to the left of there is a Hinsdale Hospital. Now we're coming up on 294, Interstate 294, the Tri-State Tollway. That is likely very backed up at this hour. No, it's not too bad down there.
Here comes my go-to spot.
And here comes my buddy's go-to spot right here. This is Western Springs we're coming into now. Western Springs has 1 station stop, and it's made by most of the trains, except for a few express trains like this one. And we're going to have a demonstration why this line's called the racetrack. Here is an express train, 182, and a local about to make the stop in the station. Now, once this express train clears, you'll see to the left, there's a nice little water tower right there. There's another one like that at Riverside. Here's the Western Springs station here, and there's a local coming in that is 195. Yeah, we got a little horn from him, and this is Wolf Road right here. All right, next town we're coming into is LaGrange. LaGrange has 2 stops at Stone Avenue and LaGrange Road. LaGrange is also home to the EMD plant. That's where they manufacture train locomotives, our favorite brand of train locomotives, including the Metra locomotive on their roster, and the one that's pushing our train tonight. And that's important to know, folks. There's no throttle, there's no like power back here. They're just controlling the engine from back here. The engine is pushing us. There's no like, this car isn't pulling us. We're being pushed by the engine. So for those of you, so that's a myth debunked right there for you. This is the engine.
We're being pulled. These things will be called DMUs, but that's not a thing on this.
No, there's not. There's No, that engine is pushing us, and it's doing a fine job doing so. That's number 1. What was that? 189? Oh no, 186. 186. All right, here we come into LaGrange. This is Stone Avenue, the western stop in LaGrange. Most of the off-peak and weekend trains do make the stop at LaGrange, Stone Avenue, as well as LaGrange Road. Amtrak service only local service here at LaGrange Road, right up ahead here. No long-distance service here. But all the Amtraks do stop back at Naperville. But this is LaGrange Road. And this grade crossing here is LaGrange Road. All right, now we're going to go over Ogden Avenue again, and then right after that, we're going to go over train line. That is the Indiana Harbor Belt. To the south here, to the right of your screen, is where the EMD plant is. After that, we're going to come into the town of Brookfield, home of the Brookfield Zoo. And yes, there is a stop for the Brookfield Zoo on this line. That's one of 3 stops here in Brookfield. First one is we're coming up to right now. That is Congress Park. There is no weekend or off-peak service at Congress Park. And we got something to our right now, and this may have some interesting power on it. What do we have here? I see Harbor Belt power right there.
I shot that unit, 4014.
I think we've been in that unit at Franklin Park Railroad Days, the crown jewel of railroad festivals around here. I see another headlight coming up over the hill up ahead. So let's be ready for that. It's another Metra. I can see the top of the Sears Tower now. We're getting closer to Chicago, and Sears Tower is the only name I'll ever call that place. All right, now we're coming into the main Brookfield station here in downtown Brookfield. All of the trains off rush hour. And that aren't express, the locals, they all stop here at this Brookfield station. This stream right here is Salt Creek. That's Salt Creek. The next stop is Hollywood. This is the stop for the Brookfield Zoo. So if you're coming to the Brookfield Zoo, you get off here at the Hollywood stop, and this is a great option to get you there. It's about a half mile to the north of here. You can't see it in the video, but it's to the left side as you're watching the video. The thing to note here at Hollywood, which we're going by now, is that the daytime trains do make the stop here, but the late night trains, after the zoo is closed, do not. So please be aware of that and check the schedule before you go if you're going to use that to get you to the zoo. All right, this bridge right here is First Avenue. After First Avenue, we are going to go over, right now, the Des Plaines River. This is the Des Plaines River, and after the Des Plaines River, we'll be coming into the town of Riverside. They call it Riverside because it's right along the Des Plaines River. And we have a nice water tower similar to the one in Western Springs to the left side of your screen. You can see it now. And this depot is a historic depot.
Very.
Yes. All right. This is Riverside. After Riverside, we will be coming into the town of Berwyn. Berwyn has 3 station stops. And who's from Berwyn again?
The TV host Svengoolie.
All right, some of you folks might know where that is.
Some of you, if you like horror
Don't do what
movies.
that guy's doing to the right of the screen who was walking along the tracks, people. That's very unsafe.
That's also illegal.
All right, 3 stops here in Berwyn. We're in Berwyn now. And we're going to get another demonstration of why this line is called the racetrack. We're coming up to the first stop in Berwyn. That is Harlem Avenue. This is the Harlem Avenue crossing, I believe, right here. 113, Village of Midlothian. And that reminds me, happy birthday to my mom's oldest sister, Aunt Mary Ann. Happy birthday to you. Hope you're having a great day. And this is 199. This is the one that pushed my train on Wednesday night.
I've seen this guy too many times, too.
And I think he just gave a shave and a haircut on that.
It sounded like it.
That sounded like a shave and a haircut, folks.
I would think.
All right. Okay, this is the main station here at Berwyn. This is the main stop here at Berwyn. That's Oak Park Avenue right there. And the last station stop we're going to go by in Berwyn is Laverne. There is no weekend service at Laverne and limited off-peak service at Laverne. So please, if you're using Laverne, check the schedule before you go. But if you're a rail fan, Laverne's a great spot to come to because you can see a bridge up ahead. That is Canadian National's Freeport subdivision, the former Illinois Central route. That's a very lightly used line, no more than 10 trains a day on that line. This is Ridgeland Avenue, my old street in Tinley Park. There's the Freeport sub right there. 2 scheduled trains a day, 1 east, 1 west. Everything else is as needed. All right, now we're going by to the right side of your screen. That is BNSF Cicero Yard.
A lot of the container trains, Destin and
Most of the trains that go by my house are either coming to or coming from or going to that yard. And here comes another Metra. And now you can see very clearly the Chicago skyline, at least from my vantage point. I don't know how well the camera's picking up on it, but it is big, it is beautiful, it is wonderful. This is the greatest city in the world, Chicago, Illinois.
180.
180 is the engine number on that Metra.
And Village of Bensonville units.
Village of Bensonville. I mentioned. All right, we're going by milepost 8 right now. Right around this area, there used to be yet another station stop. That station stop was called Clyde. Clyde closed a number of years back. I think it was 2007 due to low ridership. All right, we've got a yellow over yellow ahead, so I believe we are going to be switching tracks
It was mainly
momentarily. So we'll see. Hey, there's some good Norfolk Southern right over there.
Oh,
Okay, let's see what we have here at the east end of Cicero.
we got a pull down.
We got a pull down that's got some good power on it.
Got some
Now,
Jeeps.
we have the Cicero station stop coming up. This is the town of Cicero. There's only one stop here. We're coming into it right now. That's Cicero. There, as you can see, the tunnel to go down to the street is under construction right now. That's repairing damage to a derailment that happened a few months back
Yeah, we have another
and
outbound.
damage the inbound platform. We're going to switch over to the left to main 2, or maybe about to become main 3 because of it's now 4 tracks in this section now. And here comes another outbound. It's another rebuild. We just went over Cicero Avenue. The bridge up ahead is the Belt Railway of Chicago.
194.
That is 194 pulling that outbound.
This first bridge is, one of them is the Belt Railroad of Chicago, the other one is abandoned.
Yes,
I
well,
assume the graffiti bridge is the abandoned one.
I don't know, but one of them is the Belt. One of them is the Belt Railway of Chicago, the BRC. All right, I'm going to pause the video real quick and get a new one started because of, I'll wait till after we switch, because my camera only records in 20-minute segments, and I don't want the approach to Union Station to be cut off in any way, shape, or form. So hang on one moment, please. All right, sorry about that. You didn't miss too much there. And now we're coming up to the bridges here. There's 15 bridges, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, 15.
In other words,
These are loud and they shake the train as we go over. So
other words-
apologize in advance for the shaking that comes from these. Now we're within the city limits of Chicago. Chicago's a very nice town. There's lots of nice places to explore and see. This neighborhood is not one of those. This is a high crime neighborhood. This is the Lawndale neighborhood. Please,
I don't recommend it.
Yeah, I do not recommend you wander around this neighborhood,
If you want
folks.
to wander around somewhere in Chicago, it would be the downtown area.
Yeah, downtown area near Wrigley Field. Don't come to this part of town.
Or the museums area.
Yeah, don't come to this part of town. It's a very high crime neighborhood.
Oh.
So please
That's not suggested.
don't. I don't recommend it.
It's not.
All right, so here come the bridges. This is I don't know the names of all these streets. I'm sorry. I know some of them, but I don't know all of them.
Incoming.
But I don't know the ones along this stretch here. I know the Pulaski Road goes underneath us and Kedzie Avenue goes underneath us, and there's a Central Park Avenue along here too. But I don't know where they're at. So
There's going to be a Cermak.
as there's a Cermak that we go under too. So that's 22nd Street. All right, we're going to pick up a little bit more speed as we come down here, but as we go over these bridges, they do shake. So I apologize for that. All right. And we come into the Windy City, the city of the big shoulders, as Carl Sandburg once called it. I think you may have heard a series of chimes that went off. That's to alert the engineer that we are coming up to a curve where he will need to slow down in excess of 20 miles an hour. This bridge up ahead here is the CTA Pink Line. And just up ahead, I can see it now, off to the left, is the Lagunitas Brewing Company. They make a good IPA, and I understand the brewery tour there is very interesting. There go the chimes to let him know he got to slow down now. They make a great IPA, and they got a really interesting brewery tour. I understand. I've never been on it, but I've heard from people who have, and they say it's definitely worth your time if you can do it. Okay, we're going to come around that curve now to the left, and we will go through our first intermediate stop in the within the city limits of Chicago. This is Western Avenue. This is located at 18th and Western. We've got trains waiting to get going, but they can't get going now due to the time of day. Hey, there's an Ace and a Coltrane. All right, to the left, that is Global One. That's an intermodal facility owned by Union Pacific. They send trains west on the Geneva sub, and they I've caught heritage units on trains that come out of or go to that yard on numerous occasions in the past. All right, the skyline is going to start coming out of your view. It's going to start shifting out of your view as we curve, but it'll come back into view as we make the curve into Union Station. Or at least part of it will. You'll be able to see the Sears Tower from the south angle. See it from the west angle now. Here comes our next Metra.
Yeah, we're going under the CTA.
That bridge ahead is the CTA pink line again. And he is dimming his headlights for us.
Sure, ours is too. Oh, yeah.
Once again, that's a courtesy.
SD40N.
Yeah, that's a courtesy to the other engineer, just like you dim your high beams on the country roads at night for other drivers. And this is 116 Village of Orland Park.
That one's going to need some repairs eventually.
Yeah, they all are.
Oh, yeah.
We're 40 years old and still going strong.
That's true.
All right, now we're coming into, I think this is the Pilsen neighborhood in Chicago.
I believe
Yeah, I
so.
think this is Pilsen here.
It's a decent, but not the greatest area also.
It's gotten better.
It has, dude. There we go.
All right, we got a city rail there, but it's trailing.
If it goes in, that'd be better.
And this is Union Avenue. This control point here is Union Avenue A. All right. Just up ahead is the final intermediate stop on the line. That is Halstead Street. There is no weekend service at Halstead Street and very limited weekday service. So please be sure to check that schedule before you go if you are using Halstead Street. But this is right by the campus of the University of Illinois at Chicago. That's off to the left side of your screen to the north.
That should be the dorms, I would think.
I think those are apartments.
Oh, wait, yeah, you're right.
And so this is Halstead Street here. This is our last. Those are condominiums to the left.
And we also have
And just up ahead is a very backed up Dan Ryan Expressway.
Barry.
Yes, this due to the time of day. This is Metro 200 coming up to us now. And that's Interstates 90 and 94. Dan Ryan here, Kennedy just north of here.
And here comes the Railstream MH
Now
Tower.
we're coming up to MH Tower. Look out to the right. There is a neon MH in the window.
That is
It's to the right side of your screen. This is hosted on Railstream. It's one of the paid cameras. You can see it, MH, in the window. So hello to any rail fans that are watching this evening, watching the rush hour,
That is
and are seeing a 6-car inbound train coming in
At 5:38
on March 1st.
p.m.
5:38 March 1st. This is exactly when we were coming in on when I came in on Wednesday 2 nights ago. And now we're going to round the curve. That bridge right there is Canal Street. The St. Charles Airlift Bridge up ahead.
Yep.
And now we are going to go around the curve and begin our approach into Chicago's Union Station. And when we come around that curve, we will be on shared tracks that share with Amtrak's, as well as Metra's Southwest Service and Heritage Corridor. This is the 14th Street facilities right here. We got Metra to the left and Amtrak to the right. Now, yesterday, for those of you who aren't from Chicago, there was a major switching issue that plagued Union Station yesterday and really crippled the rush hour. I encourage you to go look it up online and see more about what happened if you're interested. But basically, rush hour didn't happen yesterday, or on a very limited basis it did. But there was a lot of people. They had to do the BNSF on a load and go basis. That means as soon as the train's full, we're leaving the station. Because there had to be people. There's 189 right there. There had to be people that threw the switches by hand. All right, we got the Y signals here. This bridge right up here is Roosevelt Road.
And the Metro that was sitting there had 208 and 119.
208, 119 on that Metra. And now we'll go under our last bridge we can see up ahead. Is Polk Street. And then we will head into the tunnel that will take us into Chicago Union Station.
It's also shaky.
This is going to be very shaky because we're going to switch multiple times as we go into the station. Now, on Wednesday, when I took this trip, we landed on track number 6. This is the South Concourse at Union Station. The tracks on this side are all even numbered. I don't know what track we'll be on tonight, but I know it'll be an even number because we're on the south side. The north side, they're all odd numbered. Hi, this is Polk Street here. That's the old post office just up there. And here we come. They've got the LED lights in this tunnel now, which is helpful for the video. And now here we come into Union Station. All right. as we go through the tunnel, I'll start saying my thank yous. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the ride as much as we enjoyed it. Thanks for taking the ride with us this evening. All right, there's a train leaving the station now. That is Metro 101. Or, wait, hold on. No, 181. My apologies for that. That is 181, Village of Somber. And we are going to switch to the right. Not at this switch, but the next one ahead. And just like on... Yeah, we're going to switch to the right, and we're going to switch to the right again. And just like Wednesday night when I rode this, we are going to land once again on station track number 6. Station track 6. So once again, thank you all very much for watching the video, and thank you, an extra special thank you to anyone who watched this video start to finish. This is a long ride. They can do it in about 50 minutes when they're doing the express here, but thank you all very much. Please be sure to subscribe. Chicago, Rock Island, Pacific Fan 4506, BNSF Fan 7695, and of course, yours truly, Train & Hawks Fan 17. For those two guys, this is Train & Hawks Fan saying thank you very much for watching. Take care, and God bless. We are coming into Union Station at this time. I will keep the video rolling until we come to a complete stop. Here we are at the bumping post, and that's the end of our ride. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. That'll be it.
All right.